What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker.
Amir Rahimi.
And today we're back on The Great Debaters with a little Above the Law. Get ready. Alright, Amir, so we're both big fans of Above the Law, for those that don't know. And today on The Great Debaters, we're going to discuss the last song on the debut album, Living Like Hustlers, which dropped in 1990. This, of course, was a great era for Ruthless Records. The only asterisk and unfortunate reality is Ice Cube's departure, which is evident on the last song because following up from the grand finale on the DOC's album, of which Ice Cube was on, Ice Cube is not on the last song, unfortunately. Nonetheless, that doesn't make it a bad song, and that's why we're going to debate it to see, in our opinion, who has the best verse on the last song. The last song on Above the Law's Living Like Hustlers. So, we get to hear all of Above the Law throughout the album. Then we get to the last song, and then KMG, the illustrator, kicks it off.
Yes, sir.
So, Amir, what's your take on KMG's verse?
KMG, the illustrator, coming in very, very, very proper. One notable thing that you mentioned, obviously, we have the departure of Ice Cube. DOC, it's not his album. He's also not featured on the song.
They shout him out.
They do shout him out, though. They do shout him out.
Thankfully.
The format of this song is very also similar that of the grand finale. I like how KMG, as you stated, will start the song off and we get the Mr. Cole 187, amazing, ending the song off, which I think was just very smartly placed. And we also have Layla, who's also part of Above the Law, coming in with the little interludes and the breaks, introducing each character, each rapper, which I thought was a very quite genius setup.
Shout out Layla.
Shout out Layla. So, I thought the setup of the track was very, very well done. And KMG does a great job as well. So,
absolutely. KMG, rest in peace.
And rest in peace, of course.
I got, unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, I did get to attend his funeral. So that was a sad day, but also, a great day to celebrate his life. And I think that he's one of those guys that, partially because he's deceased, but, just with Cold 187 being such a great producer and a great rapper himself, KMG, I think now, as time has passed, hasn't gotten as much recognition. But for those that listen to Above the Law and love Above the Law like we do, KMG is incredible. And he just does a great job doing what he does, kicking off the first verse, and then we get into Dr. Dre. So Amir, Dr. Dre, I think is very underrated as a rapper because most people, obviously, in our opinion, and I think in fact, he's clearly the best producer in rap history without really a debate.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
But I think he's also very underrated as a rapper. He has great presence. He has awesome delivery. And, especially in the Ruthless and Death Row eras when he was doing a lot more rapping than he did later in the last, 15, 20 years.
True.
He was always also partnered with and paired up against the greatest rappers of the era. So that's the case here again on the last song, and I think Dre did a great job. What did you think of that?
And to whom he also helped mold, too.
Yes.
Man, Dre, and I'm happy you said that because Dre is such a great rapper. Maybe some people wouldn't like this to come out of my mouth, but I think he's the best rapper on the microphone. Best producer on the microphone.
Okay.
And I don't mean, obviously we know he doesn't write his lyrics for the most part, if not all, but I just think his delivery, his voice, his approach, and just him being a producer and knowing what sounds right where, he knows how to rap. And he obviously shows that here. Another thing that I think is also great about his verse is how they bring in the sample, same one as Express Yourself, in the first half of his verse. I think that was very cool and adds a little bit more flavor to the instrumental too.
The video version, right?
Well, it's on this album version. Maybe the video version's different, I'm not sure.
Well, no, I mean the video version of Express Yourself.
The video version of Express Yourself, correct.
That's what
I was going to say, I don't know if this song had a video.
No,
it doesn't. But anyways, correct on that statement. So I like how they do bring the sample in and just add a little bit more flavor to the instrumental, which is something Dre is known for, Cole 187 is known for, and Layla also helping on that.
Yeah, and then we get to MC Ren.
Ruthless Villain.
And I think Ren, as we've stated many times throughout our different episodes, Ren is so underrated, and this is another great example of him just destroying his verse. His brand of menace that he brings, like how he describes his look, how he describes his attitude here is strikingly sobering and stern, which I always love from MC Ren.
He's always very, very ruthless, as he suggests in a few of his album titles and songs.
Right.
He's great, and also they use the same production tactic on here for the first half of his verse. They bring in another sample, and so I do like that they're aware of this. And Layla always kicking the flavor in the bridges of the song, I think is very, very cool. It's not a chorus; it's just a few seconds introducing, boom. And what's my favorite introduction is when they introduce Eazy-E.
Whose verse is next?
And you want to know why? Because I see a little bit of forecasting here, because they mentioned Temporary Insanity Eazy-E, which is going to be the name of his album, which turned out to be Straight Off the Streets of Motherfucking Compton.
Right.
Which I don't know if at that time they knew that was going to be the case, but it happened anyways, so who knows? But man, Eazy-E, bro, he goes in, and I know you got a lot to say about this verse too.
Dude, Eazy-E, as he's done, people can check our grand finale video that we did with the DOC, and then also our debate where we talked about what was better, Eazy Does It or Straight Out Compton. But Eazy does it again here, where he has this supreme blend of gangsterism and humor, and it's just astonishing, man. And I know, for me, my favorite lyric on the grand finale was, "Fuck a car, I'll do a motherfucking walk by." And I forgot to mention that in our debate. And here, he has another drop-by reference that I know you love, Amir.
He has a line, if I get it correct, he says, "I hear voices in my head for what reason, but when the talking stops, it's drive-by season." And to me, that's one amazing because of the line. It's clearly amazing, right? But another reason is because Layla starts off introducing Eazy, talking about the temporary insane one.
Right.
And here he is carrying on that theme, talking about why he's insane, rapping in a straitjacket, and things like that. But then he always has his little sexual flavor in there with the wing ding. How many times he said wing ding in his career? Probably more than any other rapper. And it's
I would imagine.
It's a few times. So Eazy-E with the humor and with the straight gangster lyrics. He's always so good on the mic.
And then we get to Cole 187's verse, and I think, like we were saying earlier with KMG, I think Cole 187 is one of the more unheralded and underappreciated people in rap history, and that's why in my book, The History of Gangster Rap, I went to great lengths to explain why Above the Law and Cole 187 in particular really helped change gangster rap in particular, and then rap in general with what they did sonically, starting on the Living Like Hustlers album, then going into the Vocally Pimpin' EP and Black Mafia Life. Like, those three albums really are the blueprint in a lot of ways for a lot of what became gangster rap in the early to mid 1990s. So, that being said, Cole 187 is also a phenomenal rapper, and on the last song we get that, and he ends the song and just really does, kind of that smooth pimp player type of flow and stuff. So what'd you think of this verse?
You summed it up quite well, and I'm very happy that you mentioned in bringing up your book History of Gangsta Rap as to what Above the Law as a group, and especially Cole 187 did for gangsta rap, and especially sonically with G-Funk and all these things, and even helping, we see the Chronic, obviously, and what would the Chronic be without Above the Law and Black Mafia Life? Who would know? So Cole 187 does excellent. He ends the song just like DOC ended it on the grand finale. They kept the format very smart. They had the winning formula. They wanted to see it work again, and it was very smartly done. Now, as far as a favorite verse, man, you know. Is it that time?
It's that time, man.
So,
who you got?
My favorite verse, I gotta go with Eazy-E on this one, man. It's so good. He's insane. He's sexual. There's forecasting there. His voice. I gotta give it to Eazy-E, and he has my favorite line on the song, the one I mentioned earlier. It's just too good, man. Too good.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree, man. I think Eazy-E has the best verse. He's got the thing that I love, where he's able to bring so much into one verse that all the great rappers and artists do. You know, in one verse, Eazy-E can kind of scare you, make you laugh, and be impressed with his lyrics.
That's true.
That's a rare feat for most artists to do on an album, let alone to do it on one verse. And Eazy-E does it again here on the last song. So that's what I think. That's what Amir thinks. But what do y'all think? Make sure to hit us in the comment section. We'll hit you back. Either myself, Amir, or the people at Unique Access. I'm Soren Baker.
Amir Rahimi.
Check us out, y'all, the Great Debaters.
Be sure to check out the History of Gangster Rap by Soren Baker. He's official.
History of Gangster Rap features exclusive interviews with Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, MC Ren, the D.O.C., and dozens of others. The History of Gangster Rap, a definitive look at how Los Angeles changed rap forever.
In Los Angeles, the streets definitely set the tone of the hip-hop music.
At 19, I got a $50,000 car.
My whole angle always was, I'll be street, but I will always tell you the horrors that go along with this life.
There will be penalties and casualties for just wearing the wrong color in somebody's neighborhood.
And once gangster rap made it from the streets to the TV, the genre exploded.
What's that 5 on Your MTV Rappin And N.W.A?
Yo MTV, it just catapulted us from being local heroes to national gangbang rappers.
The History of Gangster Rap discusses it all from 1980 up till today.
It's always gonna be shit happening in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's always gonna be something to talk about.
The History of Gangster Rap in stores now.